Welcome to the Hooch, where the only place more messed up than your hosts is the barracks on a Friday night or the VA. So get ready to stand by for your weekly dose of toilet humor and shenanigans from your fellow veterans, Coy Mack and Michael Grizzled Grunt Harris.
Hey, and welcome to the show, everybody. Guy Coy Mack here, and the one, the only, Michael Harris.
Yes. Hey, I'm glad I checked my clock because I was in the middle of cooking.
No, yeah, I was doing.
So I had to take my uniform off and put this uniform on. You know, my podcasting face. That's what I call it.
Your podcasting face
and the voice. You know, the podcasting voice. You gotta.
Oh yeah.
You gotta tone it down a little bit. It's gotta be like, yeah. You just gotta get that rumble, that vibration. So all the ladies feel the vibration of your voice while they're lying in bed. Just kidding.
Just get it done, man. It's
done.
It's an interesting week. Barbie came out this weekend, and it is an absolute trash of a movie. Like, I forgot to bring that up. I need to bring that up as we go. I want to show you the trailer of what they said the movie was going to be versus what it actually is. And then Jason Aldean being in trouble for his Try That in a Small Town this week as well. And Civil War is trending on Twitter again. So,
yes.
As always, it is a fun week. The world is spinning and we're all dying slowly. But I have a video I found a little bit earlier that I could not believe happened until I watched it for myself happen.
Hold on. What the? Is that a dude dressed like a bird?
No, he's not a bird. He's not a bird. I promise you. But he's about to do something incredibly stupid.
What? Oh!
Yeah, so if I told you that happened to somebody, would you have believed me?
Yeah, you know.
Wait. Let's go back. Let's do this. Let's do this freeze frame of that. So this is how he landed.
Oh my god!
Was completely bent over in half like a Barbie.
How is he that even that flexible? But you know, as a former,
I don't even know, man.
As a former paratrooper, I cringed because
like imagine if he landed like that at like jumping out of
a plane at a couple thousand feet, and you land with your legs straight like that. You're breaking everything.
His hips are destroyed if he lands like that with a parachute.
Together, man. Feet, knees.
Dude, like that, the basics of jumping off anything is when you hit the ground, especially from that high up, you need to roll, right? You need to divert the energy away from the ground and your bones into something else. And so if you literally land straight knees, you're gonna break something.
Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact because there was one jump I was getting my form wing.
People are idiots. That's absolutely true.
I landed feet ass head, and I remember waking up. But
what the hell happened to me?
That sucked, not landing properly.
Yeah, no, you have to land properly in jumps. Like I said, if you even look at the basics of parkour, like that's the basics of that is learning how to divert energy from a giant fall like that. So you can see guys jump from 25 feet up, land on the ground, roll, and they're perfectly fine. That's the reason why, is because that roll is going to divert a lot of that energy. Same thing in judo, right? How they teach you how to fall, because that's the first thing you learn in judo is learning how to fall. And so you have to divert that energy. So when you go face first into the ground, never put your palms out like that because you're just going to fracture your arm. That's all you're going to do because you're putting all of that force into your arm and it's just going to break because it's the stress.
Yeah, just take it to the dome. Take it to the dome.
Right, exactly. You know what else is under a tremendous amount of stress? Is this damn pole.
Me? Oh, yes, me. That I'm in a thank you.
This pole wins the award for sturdiest pole in the world.
Oh, she's terrified. But get it, girl. Get up there.
I mean, at least she's exercising. I gotta give her that. So like pole dancing is a great form of exercise according to strippers. I do not have that coordination.
They're not strippers, they're adult entertainers.
The adult entertainers.
Yes.
But that pole is definitely living up to its
hey,
its ability.
Hey, she's holding it down though. Kudos to her.
There's
some skinny women that can't do that. I give it to her. But that pole, woo,
and down she goes.
That pole was angry.
Oh yeah, that pole is definitely angry. I think it was to its limits of what is and isn't good.
That thing must have been heavy.
That was heavy duty.
That was the expensive pole.
I don't, man. And those shoes are poor taste. Oh, okay. I didn't even notice the shoes. Yeah. I was just seeing how she was hanging on there. But
she had very high, like stilettos on.
I didn't notice the shoes.
You got to be more aware. You got to be very observant, Coy. You have to look at your surroundings.
Okay, so speaking of observing, warning for those that are watching the stream. I am not sure what the fuck. I'm sorry, what the hell this is. But you can maybe guess because you don't actually see anything, and I don't know what it is.
What? Why is it shaped like that? Is that? And see, I don't know.
Is it a man? Is it a woman? What is
it? Can be whatever it wants.
I said it was a Dr. Seuss character.
And is that like a patch on his butt?
I don't know. But this is the state of the United States.
Though. Yes, this is the state of. Oh my God, that is disgusting.
Why?
Crack.
Okay, that's enough.
Drugs. That's
that's enough.
It was built like what was that cartoon?
A sumo wrestler. That is a good Ganser. I will take that one. But I was gonna say it was a Dr. Seuss character because it's what it reminded me of with all those folds.
Hunch, that's
a shaved Yeti. There's a good one too. Yeah,
that's just bad everything. Bad hygiene, bad shape, bad skin, bad
life has gotten you down.
Life, what? Yeah, that's the question. What has life done to you? Where you walk into a Whole Foods, buck naked?
Was it a Whole Foods?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. Look like a Whole Foods or a Walmart.
It probably a Walmart. That's a people of Walmart type thing.
And you're smearing cakes on your body, thinking that's okay.
Yo.
Like what went through your head when you was like, this is going to be a good idea right here?
I know. I can't imagine it. It's the world is kind of crazy.
Hey. This is America. You don't see this
is
Europe,
America,
man.
2023. Could you have imagined 20 years ago or even 10 years ago, 13 years ago, even
other
that
countries,
the world would be in the state that we're in?
Other countries, he would have got thumped up in that dang place.
Yeah, it was England, you just see him getting tackled to the ground.
Oh, man,
whatever that thing was.
Don't touch him. Somebody might be filming us. Don't touch them. Let them destroy everything. Oh, okay, right. Sir, can you please put your hands? Man, you go in there and you freaking Baghdad boot that dude in his freaking chest or chick, whatever the heck it is.
The Thing.
It needs to be taken down.
The Thing of Walmart. It's a new.
Oh man! Imagine walking in seeing that though, Coy. Man, you're in there with your family. Come on, son.
Cryptid. That's the word I was looking for. It's a new cryptid. It's the Yeti of Walmart.
Yeah, you walk in.
Walmart. There you go.
You walk in with your family. You're like, hey, we're gonna pick up some groceries for dinner, and you're pushing a little cart. Your son's with you, and he's pushing, with you. And you look.
Nope.
You see that?
No, sir.
We're leaving. Where are we going? We're going to Target. We're gonna spend the extra money. We're not buying anything else here. This is disgusting.
We are
leaving. They're probably gonna resell that cake too at a discount price, just to let you know.
You would hope so, but I doubt very seriously because people don't take accountability in the United States anymore. It's everybody else's fault. Like, people that commit crimes and then they blame the system for why they commit crimes.
Mm-hmm.
I have no hope left in certain parts of humanity.
Dang devils, as they say, that white man, the whole white man, all of them.
It's the white man's fault. This is a good point to pivot into Jamie Foxx.
Oh man,
if he's real, so he Michael, explain what's going on with Jamie Foxx.
Look, so he had a stroke from the little that thing they say is safe,
supposedly, allegedly,
safe and effective, allegedly. But his closest people said yes, it is from that, from that they say is safe and effective, right?
Allegedly safe and effective.
Allegedly safe and effective. So he messed around and had a stroke,
man.
And the way they were reporting it in the news, they were reporting like he's pretty much on his deathbed. Like this stroke is so bad, everybody's like, "Oh my God, Jimmy Foxx, he ain't no more this," and Ray Charles and stuff is gone. And then this video comes out, and we're all like, "Wait a minute,
Why
This don't look like Jamie Foxx.
Why are you doing that? So yeah, let's Jamie Foxx say his piece.
Why does he look?
First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that's prayed, man, and sent me messages. I cannot even begin to tell you how far it took me and how it brought me back.
Yeah, he was playing
something that I
brought you back, right?
Thought I would never ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates. But to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, cracking a joke, doing a movie, television show. I didn't want you to see me with tubes running out of me and trying to figure out if I was gonna make it through. And to be honest with you, my sister Deidre Dixon, my daughter Corinne Marie saved my life. So to them, to God, a lot of great medical people, I'm able to leave you this.
Whatever one of you chooses, I guess.
Video. I cannot tell you how great it feels to have your family kick in such a way. And y'all know they kept it airtight. They didn't let nothing out. They protected me.
Why?
And that's what I hope that everyone could have in moments like these. Now, by being quiet, sometimes things, get out of hand. People saying what I got. Some people said I was blind, but as you can see, the eyes are working. The eyes are working just fine.
That's funny.
Said I was paralyzed. I'm not paralyzed. But I did go through. I went to hell and back, and my road to recovery had some potholes as well. But I'm coming back, and I'm able to work. So I want to thank the people that let me work. And I just want to say that I love everybody, and I love
me too.
All of the love that I got. And man, I know they talk about people crying on videos. You can do take two, but I'm not gonna do a take two. It is what it is. And if you see me out from now on and every once in a while I just burst into tears, is because it's been tough, man. I was sick, man, but now I got my legs out, under me, so you're gonna see me out. But like I said, I just want you to remember me for the jokes that I crack, the movies that I make. Some of them good, some of them ain't. I think I got a good one out. And the songs that I sing, man. And then,
Yeah. I don't know.
I got some questions. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Some questions.
So, studying people's body language and their eye movement and things like that. I mean, for one, look, that doesn't look like the same person. And people say, "Oh, he was sick" and all this stuff. I can kind of get that, but look at the bone structure and the jawline.
I mean, if he was in a coma or if he was down, they wouldn't be giving him food. He probably lost a lot of weight. I can give him that one.
Yeah.
The moles look very similar. So I'm looking here and here. So I see some of the same patterns in his face. So it's probably him. But
why aren't his lips black?
Because I'm going to say that it's probably from his blood. His complexion is because he's still sick. Like a lot of that is
you
still
give
comes
people
down
too much dang credit. Look, I'm just saying,
but here's my other question though. Is if he had a stroke, right? Because they're saying it was a stroke, right? Then I'm looking for facial paralysis. As a former EMT, I'm looking at his face and seeing what I see. Like when you have a stroke, depending on how massive it is, you're gonna have facial paralysis, right? And that's what I'm looking for in his face and his ability to talk. There is damage after stroke, and that's my biggest question: is if it was a stroke and not jibbity jib related, right? Myocarditis, right? Is what it gives you. Then if it was just a regular stroke, then he should have some neurological damage. And that's the question I have is, was that the actual thing that he had, or was there something else? And that's my biggest question.
Is this thing on? Testing. Now to the conspiracy.
Okay.
All right. First off, he was giving out way too much information, right?
Yeah.
So, usually when someone's telling a fib or they're telling a lie or something, and they're trying to make it believable, what's one of the things that they do? They give way more information than they should. Oh, my daughter, such and such, and my auntie, such. Yeah, he's oversharing information, and he kept looking off. That's where it made me think, like, man, this guy's full of crap, because he kept looking off to the left, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Was that his left side? Yeah, he kept looking off to the left. So what is one of the telltale signs of somebody lying?
Off to the left, yeah.
They look off to the left. They're thinking. That's where you try to formulate what lie you want to create. Most people that tell the truth don't do that. If you're telling somebody straight up, what if most people are telling the truth? I'm telling you the truth, and they're looking you dead in your face.
Truth.
Yeah, they're looking you dead in your face. Usually, if you're talking to somebody and they're lying, just watch their eye movement. If they go like this and they're giving you an answer and they have to think, it's probably a lie. And it just, like you said, the stroke thing, and I've known people that had strokes and they didn't come out chipper like that. So, and it could be something to do with that last movie he did. It's called Clone Tyrone or Tyrone Clone, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems fishy, and we know cloning exists.
Clone Tyrone. Yeah, that was the last movie he was in. I saw that.
Think about it. it.
And it goes into like
predictive programming.
The other question is, like, you're telling me to bring up the In Living Color thing, so we can remember one.
This is the Jamie Foxx
back
we
to the
want.
dating game. I'm your obligatory host. Now let's meet our new bachelorette. Please welcome Miss Wanda Wayne. Holy crap!
I love this.
Hey, what up? How y'all doing? I told you I was gonna be on TV, girl.
So, Wanda, tell us about yourself.
Oh, okay then, for real though. First of all, I won Miss High Pro Glow 3 years in a row. Then I won Miss Swap Meet for 2 years, and then I was like a second runner-up in Miss Compton, but it was some political stuff going on. Some hair weave spray had came up missing, but I got my own natural blonde hair. I don't need nobody else.
That's very nice, Wanda. Very nice indeed.
Oh man. Okay. So like
now that's when comedy was fun, but
I miss when TV was actually good.
Yeah,
and
TV
movies
was
were actually good.
But with that, it's all predictive programming. The fight that we're talking about right now, every single day, it's in our face. Dylan Mulvaney's, the other weirdos that do this stuff. It was in our face right here, and we've mentioned it before on other podcasts.
We're talking about why do they always put black men in dresses? I never got that.
And we laugh at it, right? We laugh at it now. We laughed at it back then. But now when you start putting the puzzle together, it's all predictive programming. It was all part of what's happening now. Look at him laugh at this dude in the dress. Look at him laugh. Look at him laugh at this black dude. It's a demasculation of is that a word? Demasculation?
Demasculation.
It's getting rid of masculinity in the black community. If we discuss this, it's the attack on the masculine black male.
Yep.
And this was a form of it. You had other actors who wouldn't do it, like Dave Chappelle. Look what happened to him. He wouldn't do it. So it's all programming, man. This is all part of the system, and Jamie Foxx is part of that system. This is why I don't believe that's him. I'm just saying.
Like I said, I don't know. It's possibly. So this kind of leads into what it is, because like the movie Barbie, right? It was supposed to be like, you would assume that it's for the audience of young mothers and daughters, right? To go see a warm-hearted comedy that's kind of like Ella Enchanted, or Enchanted in itself. Something where a fake girl goes to the real world and learns a lesson, right? That's what you would expect of a movie like this.
Yes.
So that is what they gave us, coming from WB itself, right? I have to hand it to them. They have done a stellar job of marketing. So this is what the original trailer was for Barbie, right? So let's watch it. This is what they're trying to tell you it is.
Hey, Barbie. Can I come to your house tonight?
Sure. I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
So cool.
You can find me under the lights, diamonds under my eyes.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever. So is yesterday, and so is tomorrow, and every day from now till forever.
I could dance.
looks fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You ever think about dying?
When my heart breaks,
Some things have been happening that might be related.
when my world shakes.
Cold shower, falling off my roof, and my heels are on the ground. What do I have to do?
You have to go
To the real world.
Music going.
You can go back to your regular life, or you can know the truth about the universe. The choice is now yours.
The first one, the high heel.
You have to want to know, okay? Do it again.
Closer I am
Yeah, it looks like a fun movie.
It does. Rainbow, singing.
I'm coming with you.
Okay.
But you gotta be high to watch
This
this.
is the real world.
Yep.
What's going on? Why are these men looking at me?
Yeah, they're also staring at me.
Barbie in the real world. That's impossible.
If this got out, this could mean extremely weird things for our world. This would be catastrophic!
We haven't played
I
with
wish the
Barbie since
movie
we were
was
like 5
this
years old.
actually.
No one rests until this doll is back in a box.
I have to hand it to the
Humans
editor for
only
this
have
trailer.
one ending.
Get
Matt,
that Barbie!
excellent job.
Ideas
Almost
live
has me
forever.
bought.
I know, right?
Barbie's not my thing.
No, I won't let you do just one appendectomy,
But I'm a man.
but not a doctor.
Can I talk to a doctor?
You are talking to a doctor.
And I need a clicky pen?
No.
A sharp thing?
No.
There he is. Doctor!
Somebody get security.
It's Barbie, bitch, if you still in doubt.
Yeah, so that was the trailer. That's the original trailer. I want you to remember that as we go into talking about Barbie in itself, and then also looking at another reviewer too, talking about that. This movie is not that. It legitimately is not that movie. You can not even in the first 5 minutes is it good. Because not only that, they actually rip off 2001 Space Odyssey, you know, the famous scene where they're like all looking at the giant black tower and they're like all cool around it. Like they recreate Stanley Kubrick's iconic scene from Space Odyssey and butcher it, right? Just absolutely butcher it. And that makes me mad as a cinema guy. Like
It's
it
the world we
actually
live
like
in.
horrible.
It's the world
Right?
we live in.
And then it goes into a bunch of BS, third wave feminism, woke garbage argumentation for the next 10 minutes. Legitimately for the next 10 minutes.
Definitely not going to see it.
Oh, no.
You mentioned feminine.
They even mentioned Citizens United in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, socialists.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's a commie movie.
Like a
Burn.
legitimate Supreme Court and everything, and they're arguing against Citizens United. I don't like Citizens United. I don't like corporations putting money into politics too. I get that. But it doesn't belong in a stupid Barbie movie in the first 5 minutes.
It's another woke disaster. I mean, I think they're doing this on purpose, man. There's no way they're making all these movies and I mean, they're putting all this woke stuff out. They're seeing trends and putting out woke content, and they still do it.
Woke content isn't making money. That's the problem. I don't understand how studios have not caught on that people are tired of this nonsense. Nobody wants to watch this stuff anymore. Like, nobody wanted to watch it to begin with, but everybody just keeps making it. And what's worse, the writer's strike right now is saying they're not getting enough money for making garbage. No, you don't. You don't deserve millions of dollars for preaching to me about third wave feminism. I'm sorry. I don't care. Like, I would have loved to have seen an awesome Barbie movie where it was like really like it was a comedy. It was fun. It's not fun. It's not a fun movie, period.
Yeah.
I made
laugh.
it halfway through before I was like, you know what? I'm just going to skip through to all the main parts. Like, that's it. I couldn't watch more than 30 minutes of it before I was like, this sucks. This is not fun. Nobody wants to watch a movie that isn't fun. I'm sorry.
That's
Like,
why
if you wanted not
pirate
fun movies,
like...
I would go back to school with the little freaking box tube television when the teacher was too lazy to actually do a lesson that day. You remember those? They carted in and put on the VHS tape. I would rather watch that. Whatever that infomercial thing is that they were about to put in. I would rather watch that.
I love those days because you walk into class and you see the TV, you're like, yes, snappy nap time.
And yes, Connie, I did watch the movie. I did. Unfortunately, I watched most of it before I got like, no, I'm not. I'm glad I didn't not pay for the movie. Let's say that.
Was it filled with soy? It
was just absolutely terrible. And like I said, I think Critical Drinker, he's in one of the a really big YouTuber in the media space, actually gives a really good rundown of this movie, better than I could, and I want to hit some of the points that he talks about as we go through.
Now, before I dive into this review properly, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the hard work and genius PR campaign of the Warner Brothers marketing department. You guys really pulled off a miracle with this one, successfully duping all of us, including me, into believing that Barbie was going to be just another colourful, light-hearted, easygoing family comedy with some cheeky, self-aware humour, ironic meta gags, and probably capped off with a blandly inoffensive female empowerment message.
And I would have been okay if that's the movie I got, right? I would have been perfectly fine if I got that movie, right? What he's talking about. Like, it's just like a little bit of a nudge and like, okay, women are great too, and all that, whatever garbage they were going to put into. I would have been fine with that movie, right? But that's not at all what they did.
About girls learning the value of their own potential. What none of us expected was 114 minutes of spiteful, bitter, mean-spirited, borderline unhinged hatred of men and everything even vaguely associated with them. Barbie is like the deformed, mutated rage child of Captain Marvel, Ghostbusters 2016, and She-Hulk.
So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
It is pure brain cancer in movie form.
And it is absolutely true. Like, the amount of misandry in this movie is absolutely insane. Like, you think you're taking your kid to a movie that is like female empowering, but all it does is shit on your son. That's all it does. It does not give a good worldview of what men are supposed to be or what are like. It's literally just a feminist fantasy of what toxic masculinity is. Like, every single bit of it. It's nothing but men stereotypes throughout the entire movie. All 2 hours of this thing.
Who was the director of this movie? Was it a fembot?
It was a fembot.
Okay.
It was a feminist writer and her husband or something like that, or whatever. The people that like got
husband,
Oscar baits, and they just got tossed a bunch of money to make this garbage. And I feel sorry for Ryan Gosling in this movie because they relegated him to being nothing but a simp, like complete bitch boy.
That wasn't her husband. That's her wife.
Oh, whatever it is.
Yeah, you know, weak beta male energy, soy boy, flat chest.
Carol, you're right. That is exactly what modern feminism is now. Is nothing but hatred for men. Absolutely, and that's what this movie is. The démontant of feminism. That's what it is.
And the thing is, since we're on the topic of feminism, you know, this modern feminism has ruined the whole dating scene, right? So then you get these leftist, liberal, super fembots that complain that guys don't want to date anymore.
Yeah,
there is a reason why guys don't want to date. I don't want to date a feminist. Do I mind a strong woman? Of course. Do I mind an independent woman? Of course. But I don't need somebody talking about girl power in my face.
I did not see that one. You see this? Have you seen the new commercial on TV? It's not about movie. It's them showing a Barbie house and 2 girls and a boy playing with Barbies and him driving the pink power battery.
But
I haven't seen that one yet. No,
I don't watch too much TV. I might have to check.
I'll have to check that one out.
But hey, for this modern day feminism stuff, I get it, man. You know I get feminism. I get what it was about back, you know, in traditional feminism.
They still think it's the 1950s.
Yeah, but this new stuff, man, they're trying to add modern stuff with the like you said, the 1950s. You can't mash those two things together. You know,
no, absolutely, I agree with that. Strong women and feminism, two different things. Like, this is the thing that I get mad about. There's like, oh, there's not any good like female characters. Like, yeah, there is. Ripley, come on, Aliens, great, great movie.
What was
Absolutely
the chick from
movie.
what was that vampire movie? She was really hot. The Lycans and the what was it called?
Yeah, no, it's Underworld. You're thinking
Underworld. She was super hot. She had a very strong female role.
Yeah,
she was badass in that movie.
Well, that's also the thing with like anime too. Is like people like shit on anime all the time, but majority of the women in those series are all strong women, like all the time, like absolutely.
What was that one that everybody had a crush on, but she was a cartoon? It's an
Which
older one, very old.
There's a bunch of them. So
she was like a. They made a movie out of it with Charlize Theron.
Oh, Eon Flux.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Flux.
Okay, let's get back to the review because it's good.
And I was genuinely shocked by the sheer, undisguised contempt this film has towards 50% of the human population. Watching this film was one of the most miserable, demoralizing, unpleasant experiences I've ever had as a movie critic, and genuinely made me question where our society is heading. But the review must be done, and you know what Jack Burton always says at a time like this?
Old Jack always says,
good movie.
What the hell?
The movie begins with a rip-off homage to 2001: A Space Odyssey, where little girls discover Barbie for the first time and gleefully cast off their boring and oppressive baby dolls in an orgy of violence and destruction. And if the visual metaphor of little girls happily destroying the embodiment of motherhood to focus their lives instead on a shallow and materialistic piece of consumerist trash is lost on you, then I don't know what to say, man, but you're probably the target audience for this movie. Anyway, the film explains that all the Barbie and Ken dolls live.
So going back to the part where they were crashing or smashing those babies, predictive programming was what we mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah.
So they were pretty much telling,
bad.
Yeah, having babies are bad. Kill them. This is what they were saying. They're not going to say it, but this is what they were saying.
Right. Playing with babies are boring. Why don't you be an adult already?
And it's not even playing with babies. It's talking about real babies, like kill your babies, you know. And when you show kids stuff like that, they think it's okay because, you know, they'll think of real life, like, yeah, screw this baby, you know? So remember the predictive programming. This is pretty interesting now that I'm watching it fully through. I just couldn't stand his voice earlier.
Together in Barbie Land, a kind of magical counterpart to the real world, which is portrayed as a peaceful feminist utopia where all the important jobs are done by the Barbies and the Kens just kind of exist. They've got no inherent value, they contribute nothing, they have no power or say in how their society...
I want to call soy boys now forever Kens, based off of this movie. Coined now as they Kens.
You heard it here first, audience.
They are the male feminists. That's what Kens are now.
Kens.
So like if you see one out in the wild, call him a Ken, and he'll have no idea what you're talking about, but you'll know.
Put it in Urban
and they're
Dictionary
basically looked down on as a bit silly and irrelevant by the Barbies.
It's not for kids.
Oh my goodness, what could the writers possibly be trying to tell us about their views on men? Anyway, this is where we meet stereotypical Barbie, who's busy living her best life, partying with her friends and treating her boyfriend stereotypical Ken like absolute dog shit. Who's the hero of this thing again? Anyway, things suddenly change when Barbie starts experiencing emotional changes and physical flaws like flat feet and cellulite. See, because Barbie world is a reflection of the real world, the Barbies' appearances change depending on how their real-life owner plays with them. Wait, what? Do you have any idea how many Barbie dolls must get broken, or thrown in trash compactors, or set on fire, or eaten by family pets every single day? Then the place would look like the Omaha Beach scene from Saving Private Ryan. At any moment, Barbies could suddenly get torn apart, or melted, or crushed right in front of their friends' eyes. Jesus, that's like a horrific existential nightmare. But I guess you're not supposed to think too much about that. Internal consistency in a movie like Barbie is rarer than a mainstream media outlet willing to give this movie an honest review.
Yeah.
So the only solution is for Barbie to journey...
So you know what the current reviews for it on Rotten Tomatoes are at Metacritic?
All right.
According to our overlords of the popular media, it is 91% of critics love this movie. 91% of them.
And what was that other movie that they were rating?
I don't know. And name any of them that are overly woke.
Was it The Flash? Yeah. They were rating it, bad, but the viewers were rating it very high. So
it's
don't believe
usually
it.
the opposite. If the critics are high, then the audience is low, and if the audience is high, it's a good movie.
Yes,
it's a good
trust
movie.
the audience, not the critics.
Yeah, trust the audience score. Do not trust critics because they are terrible.
Into the real world, find the girl who plays with her and get her to be happy again.
That's
and Ken
absolutely
tags
true, they
along
do.
for the ride
Like the
because
crappy
he's got
movies.
nothing better to do than simp for Barbie. Unfortunately, the real world turns out to be an oppressive, patriarchal hellscape that's utterly dominated by men. Like, one guy literally walks up to Barbie and slaps her in the ass, in the middle of a crowded boardwalk, in broad daylight, in front of her
Pretty much from this point when she goes to the real world is nothing but, like I said, a feminist view of what toxic masculinity is, the patriarchy, all of that. It's just a view of inside the mind of fan fiction written by a feminist. That's all it is.
I mean, I live in a really real world, and I don't see men acting like that.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
I've never seen a dude just walk up to a random female and smack her in the butt.
Because you would go to jail.
Yes, who does
you
that?
would go to jail.
Like,
that's
who
what's
does that?
happening.
Like, that's a thing. Who does that?
Oh man, like the guys that do that usually get beat. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
if they're being a dick to a woman, they're probably gonna get beat at some point. It's without a doubt. That's not how the real world is.
Boyfriends. Now, you might think that this would afford the writers a chance to demonstrate a little bit of nuance in their storytelling, maybe portray the real world as both good and bad, in
Yep, they do
sharp
get kicked in the
contrast to the
balls.
simplistic, idyllic innocence of Barbie worlds. Kind of like in Enchanted, where the protagonist gets taken out of her cartoon homeworld and has to learn to navigate the complexities and difficulties of real life, ultimately growing and maturing as a person along the way.
Which it's
But then
not.
again, that movie actually had a likeable main character, a decent story, and wasn't written by people who despised half the human population. But nope, the real world and all the men in it are shown to be universally, irredeemably horrible. Because of course they are. Anyway, Barbie eventually finds the kid who plays with her, who turns out to be an asshole communist activist feminist that I think the movie wants us to empathize with, but fuck me, for the life of me I could not tell you why. Ken, on the other hand, discovers the patriarchy is very much to his liking, mainly because for the first time in his entire life, people actually show him basic respect and human decency. You know, sometimes I get the impression this film isn't saying what the filmmakers think it's saying. So when Barbie eventually returns to Barbie Land, she discovers to her horror that Ken has brought the patriarchy back with him and turned the whole place into a giant frat party in the space of like a day. Finally,
Literally
a
a
plot
day.
event I can get behind.
Like he literally brought back the patriarchy into Barbie Land, and then they called it the Kendom, and it didn't even take a day to take over the place from the matriarchy.
That's how it happened in real world.
Like, I mean, that kind of goes against the feminist message, doesn't it? If he
it
could just
does.
come in a day and like ruin the place, like that's it. That's all it took was just to take over.
Oh, there's probably another message in there that they were trying to say.
Oh, there
that-
is, because they weren't inoculated. They attributed it to smallpox and the Indians when they came over. That's basically what the patriarchy is to them. It's smallpox.
Everything.
I shit you not. That isn't a legitimate line in the film.
It's kind of funny though, because it did make me question how the supposedly intelligent, empowered, and self-confident Barbies were so easily subjugated by Ken and the others. This is the kind of awkward little paradox that keeps coming up when you try to constantly portray women as strong, empowered, infallible, kick-ass girl bosses who can do anything and beat anyone, but you also need them to be helpless, oppressed victims of male domination. You can't have your cake and eat it. Not to worry though, because Barbie uses her newfound powers of feminism to free the other Barbies from the evil Ken's oppression, and because they're all dumb as fuck, she's able to trick them into fighting each other until eventually they just give up and surrender. Now, you might think that after all these wild swings between male and female domination, the logical way forward would be for Barbie Land to adopt a more equal system where both sides are
you would
given
think.
power and respect. Perhaps teaching the audience that for all our differences, men and women are both pretty awesome, and maybe we'd do well to work together instead of unfairly elevating one group above the other. But nope, the Barbies go right back to being in charge of everything again, and the Kens slide back into a meaningless, depressing existence of being irrelevant second-class citizens. And that, I think, is supposed to be a happy ending?
Right.
Fuck.
Honestly, I'm struggling to find the right words to properly express just how monumentally awful this film is. It's like a serial killer dressed in a Pikachu outfit. Superficially, it might look bright and cheerful and cute, but beneath the appealing facade, there's something genuinely horrible and sinister. This is a movie made by people who utterly despise men and masculinity, or any kind of traditional gender roles of any kind, and make absolutely no attempt to hide it. So you're a woman who wants to be a mother or a homemaker? Screw you, fascists. You're a man who wants to be assertive, ambitious, confident, and successful? Well, that clearly makes you a misogynist, don't you know? It's so fucking divisive and unnecessary. It's like they had a perfect opportunity to unify audiences behind a simple message of reconciliation and equal opportunity, but they just couldn't help themselves. They were so filled with rage and hatred and bitterness that it just had to come spewing out onto the screen. As far as this film's concerned, women are simply amazing, and men and everything they do are utterly irredeemably shit. They might be grudgingly tolerated provided they play by the rules, but they have no inherent value and can never be trusted with any kind of power or responsibility. And the only way to guarantee a peaceful and harmonious society is for women to be put in charge of everything and men to be docile, powerless servants who exist only to please them.
Not a great plan.
Wow, what an inspiring message for impressionable young girls. The thing is, none of this would have been...
Yeah, so like I love it. That I'm glad I'm glad that that's the message we want to send little girls, right? Is that men are trash, they don't need them, and that motherhood's bad, and that anything that a man touches is bad and turns to shit.
Dude, I mean, we can't really act surprised because this is all part of the big plan. You know, get rid of the nuclear family. You know, make men weak. You know, it's nothing wrong with women being in charge. We're not saying, I mean, I don't really give a damn who's in charge as long as they do the job right or good. But this is just pushing men out because the patriarchy. But we're gonna push, you know, real men out, but we're gonna allow these men to like to wear dresses and tutus and, you know, the down with the patriarchy, and we're gonna allow
take
them
over women's spaces,
take over our sports and take over our beauty pageant and take over our sports and take over our modeling gigs. But those men over there that don't wear dresses,
those men are real women too. Okay,
it's like, get out of here, you guys.
Just because she has a penis doesn't mean she's not a woman. Okay.
Yeah. Jeez.
I hate this timeline. Can we go back?
I mean, we got to go back in time and kill somebody who started CERN. We got to put a bullet in her.
It's like, why did you have to ruin everything good? Like, think of all of the IPs, like the intellectual properties, all these cool stories and videos and things that we've had over the years, and how they could have been good, and they just all like took a giant dump all over them. You know, I hate this.
It's the so end of the world as we know it.
Okay, here. I don't want to offend our women watchers here, but like, you want to know what you're gonna get in a matriarchy system. You're gonna have to be forced to wear makeup all the time, and you're gonna be judged based on your makeup, because like, men don't care about makeup, right? None of us care about makeup. You can ask any man; he's like, I don't care. Right? We prefer natural beauties, people that look good with without actual makeup. And the reason I have trust issues on the internet is because of this video right here. Is all these different transformations of women taking makeup and then absolutely just beautifying themselves. Right? It's like, come on, dude.
Hey, you know, there's
BS.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with wearing makeup. But, you know, natural beauty, like you said, is important, right? Because
that I want to give you some real trust issues.
Oh my God, you want somebody without all that you can still look at, that still looks good. You know what I mean? And I get it. You know, women they want to look their best at all times. I get that.
Yeah,
understand
I get
that.
It.
But hopefully, when you take it all off, I can still look at you.
Jesus.
You know? Like Rihanna. Now look at this. She goes from Shaka Zulu.
That is not how you look.
Yeah. She goes from Shaka Zulu to Rihanna. Now imagine meeting her in a bar.
Oh man.
And you're like, dang, Rihanna. Oh, Rihanna. I got me a Rihanna.
Yeah, no,
you get up in the morning. You get up in the morning. She gets in the shower and walks out and looks like god dang Sealy from Color Purple.
Yeah.
You gonna look at her.
See, like, dude, like, it's
you tricked me. You bamboozled me.
men don't care about that stuff. Like, we think you lie to us if you wear that much makeup and you look completely different in the morning. I'm sorry. Like, if I was gonna date somebody, I would want to know what they look like when they fresh wake up. That's the real one right there. Like, that's who you're really dating. Is if like how she handles herself after the morning when she's like not even awake, like got bed head, you got the night mouth, like all that stuff, like that at the worst level that
and
a
when
person
you can look at her and she looks
in the morning.
And you can look at her and she looks like that, and you're still like, damn. And you know, and then when they get double dolled up, you're like, double damn. Now, you know, that's
exactly.
a win-win situation. But if you're sitting up here trying to bamboozle people, and you looking like I don't know what the heck you look like.
Whatever you're looking like is not what you look like. That's what it is. I do not like being lied to.
That's kind of messed up, you know. And it's that old term.
Women say the same thing about beards too. Like, what do you look like without your beard?
Yeah, the same thing. You know, I'm clean shaven now, so with or without facial, I can grow a mustache. I can grow my little beard. I can go clean. This is me. This is all natural, you know. So, but men are held to a different standard when it comes to that too. You know, men have to be natural. Men can't do this. Men can. Then what do you look like without your beard? Well, what do you look like without all that makeup?
Right? What do you look like first thing? Like, as I said, if you want to see who a real woman looks like, you want to see like right after they get up, right out of bed. I mean, like first foot on the ground out of bed. That's the real person right there. Because like, are they gentle? Are they angry? Are they a morning person? Are they a night person? You find out a lot of things about a person first thing in the morning. All right?
And you know, on another note, I mean, when it comes to dating someone, you know, when you can date someone and they can be at their worst, and you still look at them like, that's the feeling you want. Facts. You want that feeling.
That's a good one. My third husband shaved his beard. Like Robin Cradle.
You ever see those guys with like,
you ever see from like masculine energy to like soy boy straight away? Oh, sorry, not soy boy, Ken's.
You ever see that picture, or it was like a drawing or something? So they showed this guy with a beard. It was like his side profile.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And then they showed it off, and his chin was all the way back. Like,
and yeah, you're right. Madonna looks awful because of what she did to herself. And that is the matriarchy in itself. Women do that to themselves for other women. They don't do it for men. Men don't care. Like men are so disgusting of creatures. They will do a 300-pound woman with a missing leg. Okay, there is a category of some porn somewhere of something like that, and there's a dude doing nasty things to himself to it. Okay, there's not a lot of things that a man won't do. Okay, and that is one of them. Makeup is the least of our concerns.
This guy has standards.
I know. I'm just saying there is a dude out there that would do it.
There is. I'm just saying me. I value myself. I value myself too much. I couldn't do it. But now in the military,
that's your example of matriarchy right there. Toxic feminine energy is that right there, is making women feel they have to do that when they shouldn't, and they shouldn't feel the need to, because men don't care.
In the military, you know, we used to see it all the time. Though you'd be like, you'd be in the barracks, and that guy tries to sneak that one in, and everybody's looking, and then she got to come out in the morning and take the walk of shame, because you know we're all waking up. You know we're gonna wake up and wait for her to come out. She's walking down the hall all happy, and he's looking like,
ugh.
Oh, you dirty dog! You dirty dog!
You know what you're doing.
It must have been a rough night last night, wasn't it? It was a rough one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was, man. That was it. It was slim pickings.
The Barbie section took a little bit more time up for that, so I'm gonna have to blaze through some of these. But like, this is one I wanted to cover because it's important for our audience and people to know, is that Ubisoft is facing backlash for decisions to delete inactive accounts. So this comes to the question of, do you own anything in the world? If it is a digital sale, is it yours? And the answer is no. It is not yours. There are no consumer protections keeping you from any service revoking your access to things that you've bought, especially in the digital space. If you do not have a physical copy, you do not own it, period.
They own us.
They own it. And so like the thing is that if you're not using your account, even though you have games that you paid for on Ubisoft's account, they will delete it in its entirety if you do not respond, like forcing you to respond to it. And they're saying it's because of European law that they have to do it. Because they're a French company.
That's why
they're French.
Well, I respect the French a lot more than I respect most Americans these days.
That's true. But it's still the point is like we need consumer protections to keep people like if I buy something with my money, it's mine. It should be mine. So it doesn't matter if it's digital or not. If I paid for it, it's mine, right? Or at least tell me that if I'm buying something, I'm not really buying it. I'm leasing it from the company. That's what they need to tell us up front that that's what it is.
All the games you download, they take those.
Yeah, they can take them if they ban your account. If your account gets deleted, you have no access to any of that stuff anymore.
Ooh, I haven't used my Ubisoft account since. What was the big game on Xbox that was Ubisoft? Metal Gear?
Assassin's Creed, sorry, probably.
Oh, I do have Assassin's Creed.
So Ubisoft is the ones that releases.
Well, I guess it's gone. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, but anyway, but the point is that I think if you buy something, it's yours, regardless if it's digital or not.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. What else we got in there?
People looking at walking fish and just endorsing the standard dollar. Yeah, that's absolutely true. The world is completely insane. No, we have to talk about Jason Aldean. That's where we're at right now. And
Civil
so
War?
he's gotten that and it leads into
Jay.
that. So
Jay
Jason Aldean getting accused of pro-lynching stance sparks calls for CMT boycott. So they're saying his song In a Small Town is absolutely racist. And you shared this video of some TikToker that was going off on it saying how racist he is. So let's hear it from the crazy left.
I'll be the first to say it. Country music is trash and has always been trash, and Jason Aldean just proved that shit. If you haven't heard his new song or haven't heard the controversy, don't listen to it. I'm just here to tell you about it and bash the living shit out of it. Title of the song is Try That in a Small Town. Oh, really? Let's look at these lyrics real quick, shall we? Cuss out a cop, spit on his face, stop on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long. For you to find out, I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Bitch, I will try that shit in any fucking town. And good old boys, racists, like Jason Aldean ain't gonna do shit. You can fucking try.
Oh, okay. Look at this Ken, man, going off. I don't even need to listen to the rest.
That is a Ken. Look at his shirt.
Oh yeah.
That says a lot about him. Ken. He's a straight up weak body. He's not gonna do nothing. He's not gonna go to a small town. He's being called out right now all over TikTok.
Oh yeah. No,
people are like, come on, man, show up, prove it. You're all talk.
Yeah,
You're
no,
all talk, dude.
He's not, because like I grew up in those areas, in that small town. Those good old boys get to fights just for fun. Okay, no, that is not happening.
You don't. And you ever drive through a small town? Like being in the military, we did PCS and stuff. You stop in a small town, and everybody's looking at you like, "Who the hell are you? We don't know you. We never seen you." And it's like that. So this dude's not gonna roll up. Him and his little kins in their black mask and black suits ain't gonna roll up in some town talking that crap. I can guarantee it. I can put money on that.
Right. So this tweet is amazing. It's while encouraging a hot civil war, Jason Aldean is a Trump cult member and indoctrinates his children into believing they need to be hiding from Biden. I'm sorry. There was literally just a video last week we showed of him sniffing and biting at a little girl. I'm sorry. No. No.
Yeah, everybody's a Trump code. If you're not on the left, you're a Trump code. You're a Trumplican, or you're the MAGA Republicans, or whatever, ultra MAGA Republicans, whatever names they put on us, man. Yeah. And they just keep putting these names.
There was the one that I was going to bring up that was really good.
Civil War.
Yeah, like Civil War is trending, and it's just nothing but like some of the most toxic garbage you'll ever see on the internet, man. Yeah, like this one's a good one. Why they're fighting the culture war to stop you from citing the class war. That's true though. They are. The higher classes are always keeping us pitted against each other. Mm-hmm. But it's like it's just nonsense. The definition of sedition, right? And that's where I got the Jason Aldean thing. Oh, and then this beauty is like that's pretty white trash. I'm not gonna lie. But it's over and over, and like
I love that one.
Yeah, until Civil War happens. Yeah, everybody wants a Civil War until Civil War.
Yeah,
happens. Yep.
You know what? A lot of these crazy leftists are talking all this crap Civil War. They know they don't really want that. They don't want the right to get really angry, because right now the right A lot of people on the right are sitting docile, man. You know, they're not saying much. They're just kind of minding their business. They're taking care of their family. They're taking care of their business. The left is the one out here making these videos about Jason Aldean, crying about everything.
By Trump, they plotted to kill. Insurrection was stoked by false claims of election fraud and promises of violent restoration.
That's a lie. And they know it's a lie.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody knows that's a lie. They know that was an inside job. They know that was planned. Everybody knows it was planned. Just stop spreading that lie.
Yeah, but like I said, it just keeps going on.
I'm down to clown though. If they want to get down like that.
But what it is like it's the characters of what they consider the right to be. Especially, it's like, oh, call him a pedophile. That'll show him.
Did you see the new DHS domestic terrorist list?
Has it changed again?
Yeah, there's a new list up.
So, and this is on top of there's another leak. Jack Smith is to charge Trump with a Civil War era civil rights violation, bastardizing the law to jail Biden regime political opponents. At any point in time, does anybody realistically think that they aren't trying to get rid of Trump through legal means in order for him not to run? Right?
Exactly what they're doing.
Anybody can see that this is political at the point. To have even to have the audacity to say this isn't a political hit is absolutely insane. It's like, well, he's guilty of things. How do you know that? Like, how? It's like you're trusting the government to tell you the truth? Oh, yeah, sure. I'll trust the government. Sure.
You better not say that, man. You're going to be
never lied to anybody ever.
You better not say that because you're going to be on the DHS hit list if you don't trust the government. But you know,
never trust any government. Period.
I don't trust any government, and I don't give a damn where they're at. But the thing is like you said, it is a political hit on Trump. Yeah. They know his chances of winning are really high. They know it's going to be harder for them to cheat, so they have to go to some other means. So if they could take him out or just smear his name because they think that's going to work.
That's what they're trying.
Yeah, it's not going to happen because, like I said before in other podcasts, is that Trump supporters are ride or die. It's either Trump or bust. And if Trump just dropped out on his own, they're not giving their vote to any of those other Republicans. They're going to give it to they're going to either, if RFK ain't running, they're just not going to vote. At that point, they're going to know it's duped. Why even waste my time and let them do what they want to do. And if they want a civil war, we can freaking do this. We can make it do what it do. I'm down. That's real talk. Been there, done that.
It's just the point of like, this is how broken the system is, that like critics are lauding how awesome Barbie is. Right. And then while the entire world is burning, I think we showed the first part of the program, and then also now like showing what they're doing with political opponents is like, you think the patriarchy is the worst of our concerns? Absolutely not. The entire country is falling apart at the seams, and you're concerned that you're not getting enough attention. Oh, come on.
Here, I have a theory on why these social issues are so popular on TikTok, Facebook, all these Twitter. I really think that a lot of these activists, because a lot of them are activists.
Yeah, that's.
I really think they get paid, man. I think they have like a Discord or something to where they're told,
get paid for.
Hey, I need you to go out. I need you to do a video on this topic. So, and something is like Jason Aldean's song. No one would have ever even thought about anything about that. They would have just listened to it. I would have never thought about the lyrics. But somebody got paid to go in there and highlight the lyrics in order to cause what we're seeing now.
Well, here's the thing. Nobody calls out the lyrics of rap videos.
No.
Like, all the time they're talking about killing people, selling drugs, and slinging shit. Like, come on,
man. You can't do that. You can't do that. You know why?
It's like, how is that any different than Jason Aldean's song? If you're really going to break it down that way.
That's racist. That's what they'll tell you.
It's absolutely racist.
It's absolutely. You cannot call out that because it's racist if you call it out for saying 10 times worse than what Jason Aldean said. What he said is nothing bad about it. It's just the world we live in. And like I said, I think these people are paid. They push an agenda. They get paid to push it. They get paid to get the right and the left fighting each other online over it because they know somebody's going to bite. And then while they're over there, the America's burning right now. We're just sending more money over to Ukraine. Our economy's going to crap. Banks are losing money. Banks are shutting people's accounts down. I just try to get some equity out my house. The place that I pay my mortgage to said that they don't do equities anymore. They're not lending out any more equity for the equity that you put in. I've never taken equity out. So these are the things that are going on. Food prices are going up. Just crazy. People are dropping from the thing. But we're worried about a song. you know, and I get it, you know, for a podcast and for content reasons. Yes, we do it to bring awareness, but you got people literally arguing on TikTok and Twitter over the lyrics in that song. And it's all interpretation, man. It's how they interpret it. It's a crazy world.
I didn't know that, but like I haven't seen enough of the pedophile hunting for that to matter, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about the pedophile stuff on the Savage Patriots. So yeah, we got some more stuff.
That's a Rumble episode for the Savage Patriots Uncensored. So
yeah, we don't talk about we don't talk about that type of stuff on here because you know we get demonetized and they'll block the videos. So you know, usually, and we got to say this sometimes. Usually, when we're doing podcast, we do have set topics. We try to stick to the topic. We try not to veer off too much. We try, but we do. But you know, a lot of times people will throw stuff in the comments and want us to talk about it. Just shoot us an email. We do appreciate it, but we will bring it up. We always bring up what we see in the comments, but usually once we're set and what we're talking about, that's what we're set. And just go back to the Rumble episode of the Savage Patriots. You'll hear a lot about what you want to hear.
Exactly. There's a lot of good stuff. Like we on the uncensored episodes on Rumble, we actually talk about a lot of different topics. This last yesterday was a good episode with us talking about some different conspiracy theories, and they're really fun.
Yeah.
Ones. Check it out.
Marlins was good. I was very interested in that.
Very serious though. Like
he taught me something. He taught me some stuff I didn't know. I was like, what?
Yeah.
A lot of it.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The world is crazy. There's worse things in the world than these things, but it's still one of those points. Is like you got to be careful of what you're putting your money into, especially with like corporations right now with Barbie. It's like they're not your friends.
No,
they're not. They've never been your friends. I've always been the same stance of anti-corporate from the beginning, but then now the left is totally for corporations, which is entirely insane to me. I don't get that.
They have to stop thinking. People have to stop thinking these people care about them
because they don't. None of them.
They don't. They're all part of the system, man. They're all a part of it. Every single one of them. They have their part within that system.
Yep. Well, that'll be it for the program today, guys. We're running a little over, but like I want to thank you, all of you chatters, for coming out. We'll definitely always interact with you guys. Let us know what you think. You have some good points. I like remember to use the Ken thing instead of soy boys now. Yes. Ken is the new term, so we'll just call them Kens. Get on board with that. We'll be good.
We're gonna put it on Urban Dictionary.
We should definitely do that. It's like, what's a Ken? It's a soy boy.
You got to get on it because somebody will take it. We got to get it first.
Yeah, he did do that back in the day, and I think that's one of the reasons he got sacked so much.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. Anyway, well, that'll be it for us this week. If you want to save some money, go to instantgaming.com and you can use our referral link, help us out on the show and save yourself some money, or, you know, your grandkids or your kids, you know, whatever. You can get most things up to like 50 to like 25% off at least. It's great.
Indeed.
And I use it all the time for my stuff because I am not paying any corporation full amount of money for their garbage stuff.
No.
Ever.
I
will find a way to save money every single time. But yeah, we will be on the Savage Patriots tomorrow night. What is it? I always
5:30 Central.
Yeah, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. We'll be over at the Savage Patriots, and you can always find all of our links on our link tree at the Hooch podcast.
We have a really good topic tomorrow, so it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, you should go to the Savage Patriots and you can watch this again. But anyway, that'll be for us today, America. We love you, and we
are.
Wait a minute. No, you went too soon.
Oh, damn it.
Every time.
According to your Facebook page, we aren't friends.